Welcome to Engro Fertilizer's Dharki, a subsidiary of Engro Corporation. The topmost core value of Engro Fertilizers Limited is health, safety and environment, along with other values that include ethics and integrity, innovation and risk-taking, our people, community and society. Engro Fertilizers is basically a urea fertilizer manufacturing facility located 600 kilometers north of Karachi near Dharki city. The site has a production capacity of 2,275 kilotons per year, fulfilling 38% farming needs of the country. The plant is located in the industrial hub, surrounded by fertilizer industries and power plants. The plant is operated on state-of-the-art technology and world-class safety standards in order to ensure safety of all. Engro conducts its business in a manner that protects the health and safety of its employees, contractors, and others involved in our operation and the community where we operate. In order to achieve this objective, Engro not only arranges adequate trainings, but also provides all necessary and appropriate safety equipment that ensures the safety of working personnel. In order to ensure safety of all individuals, we manage our operations with world-class HSE systems. We are the first fertilizer industry in Pakistan that is aligned with DuPont Safety and Health Systems and awarded 4+ rating by DuPont. Apart from this, we have British Safety Council in Environmental Systems and are operating at 4-star level. Other certifications and affiliations include ISO 14001, ISO 9001, SA 8000 on social accountability, OSAS 18001, Green Office from WWF, and 5S standard with NPO. Various international forums through prestigious HSE awards have also appraised our commitment towards HSE. Before you enter the facility, it is mandatory that you know about the site safety rules and various chemicals that are being used in urea manufacturing. You must understand the means, methods, and measures that are required for your own safety. This video has been developed to communicate these measures to you so that you can protect yourself against any emergency situation and ensure your safety. When going to the plant for the first time, you must watch the safety orientation video and then a refresher to be carried out after every 6 months. In order to reach safe locations or assembly points in case of an emergency, it is imperative that you know and understand plant layout and access roads. For this purpose, we are going to show you views from all 4 sides of the plant. You are requested to memorize these views, or at least those areas where you will be working or visiting. In case you would like to see any of these views again, you may ask the Engro employee present during this orientation to replay it for you. Towards the northeast corner of the plant, there is the main plant entry gate and a security checkpost. Record of all personnel entering this facility is kept here. For this purpose, you will be given a HCID identification card that you should scan at the entry gate. Similarly, carrying of all personal laptop inside plant premises is only allowed after submission of laptop gate entry form, which is available at plant checkpost. This HCID card should be scanned out and should be handed back to the security on your return. As soon as you enter the plant gate, towards your left, you will see the administration building and instrumentation and electrical building. It houses Engro's administration and management staff. If the employee that you are visiting sits in this building, then you should not go beyond this building or into any other area. Towards the east side of the plant, there is a workshop, SAP building, and a warehouse. Towards the north side of the plant, PM and S 1, 2, and 3 are located, from where urea is packed in bags and shifted through trucks and rail cars to all over the country. Towards the northwest corner of the plant, there is an airstrip gate that is also one of the main assembly points of the plant. Plant 2, containing Ammonia 3, Urea 3, and Utility 3 are located at the west side of the plant, and at further west there are 16 evaporation ponds with total capacity of 270 million US gallons. On the east side of the plant, there are located NVEN building, where there are offices for management, safety, and process engineering. Along with this NVEN building, there is a technical building where all maintenance technical staff sits, and towards west of this technical building, there is Ammonia 2 and Utility 2 unit. At the southwest corner of the plant, there is a double-walled ammonia storage tank with a total capacity of 5,000 metric tons, surrounded by a dike to contain any unforeseen spill. This tank has been designed having multiple layers of protection. Urea 2, Urea 1, and Utilities 1 unit are located in the center of the plant, whereas power generation for the whole site and colony takes place at Utility 1. In case of leakage, the chemicals used for urea manufacture can be harmful to humans. For example, ammonia gas leakage in significant quantity in the form of a white cloud. This gas adversely affects eyes and throat, causing difficulty in breathing. Engro employees shall communicate further details to you before and during each job, along with emergency escape routes. Please remember that all of this is being shared with you as a precaution. Otherwise, safety procedures and safe work practices in place at Engro ensure that there is no leakage of ammonia or any other chemical. Apart from leakages, there are fire hazards associated with different gas streams and chemicals, which can easily aggravate and cause serious damages. Other than that, there are compressed gases at high pressures, which can also cause devastating effects. Also, there are temperature extremes available on different equipments. Some equipment, like furnace, operates at 1500 degrees Celsius, whereas some vessels containing liquid ammonia or nitrogen operates at -32 degrees Celsius and -180 degrees Celsius. Acid and caustic are also present at Utilities unit for water purification activities, which can cause serious injuries when contacted. Possible emergencies have been classified into two broad categories. Level 1 is an emergency in which the effect of that emergency stays within plant premises. Alarm coding for Level 1 emergency is 3 seconds up and 3 seconds down for a total duration of 3 minutes. Second type of emergencies is Level 2 emergencies. These are emergencies whose effect can go outside the plant premises. Alarm coding for Level 2 emergency is 15 seconds up and 15 seconds down for a total duration of 3 minutes. Major ammonia release is the example. As already described earlier, raw materials such as natural gas and ammonia are handled at high temperature and pressure. In case of accidental release of these chemicals, the only way to safeguard yourself is to move away from the path of these chemicals. For this purpose, Engro has established the comprehensive emergency response procedure. Assembly points are at the very core of this program. There are 3 main assembly points located at 3 different corners of the plant, which are at the plant main entry gate, the airstrip gate, and the PM&S3 gate, and 10 local assembly points, which are plant canteen, administration building, workshop, SAP building, warehouse, laboratory, technical building, NVEN building, training building, and CCR. In order to illustrate the emergency response, let's assume that ammonia leaks from ammonia storage and travels in a cloud form along the way. As soon as leakage is detected, Engro employees will sound the emergency siren. Upon hearing the emergency siren, if you are performing any job outside, stop your job safely. For example, close the valves of cylinders. If you see ammonia in large quantity, immediately report it to your supervisor. After safe job stoppage, observe the wind direction by looking at any one of the many windsocks installed. You should then start walking in the opposite direction of the wind. Do not use elevators as you may get stuck due to power outage. Use stairs instead. If you cannot make out what you should do in case of any emergency, ask any nearby Engro employee for guidance. In case you are inside any of the local assembly point building, instead of going out, you should move towards the designated places inside these buildings called local assembly points and scan your cards at scanners marked as in. Building coordinators are available here for further guidance. In order to check preparedness level of our employees, contractors, emergency response squad, and equipment, 2 types of emergency drills are conducted at the plant. One is weekly drill that is conducted on every Thursday by sounding emergency sirens at 14:30 hours. You do not need to respond to these sirens and continue your job, as these are only intended for checking the response of emergency squad and equipment. The other ones are quarterly drill that can happen anytime in a quarter. During these quarterly drills, every individual at the site has to perform his role statements, steps described earlier, which are also available in Emergency Response red-colored manual placed in Central Drive, as well as hard copy available at strategic locations in all buildings. These quarterly drills can be recognized through a all-clear siren, and in this case, you are supposed to follow the actual role statements and vacate operating areas and go to the main assembly points. During emergency, while you are walking away from plant, Engro's emergency squad would be performing leakage containment for emergencies using firewater and state-of-the-art safety equipment. Engro has all necessary facilities, equipment, vehicles, and training staff to cater for any kind of emergency comparable to any of the world-class chemical plants all over the world. These include ambulance, fire trucks, firewater, and latest firefighting equipment. As soon as the emergency is over, all clear sirens will be sounded, which you can hear at the back. All the personnel going back to operating areas must get the fresh work permit for their jobs. Various types of safety equipment have been provided all over the plant areas that can be used to protect you against exposure to various chemicals. One of the most important safety equipment is the safety shower. If exposed, you can wash away the harmful chemicals from your body and eyes with the help of safety shower. Press the bottom lever and wash and rinse your eyes for at least 15 to 20 minutes. And to wash your body, pull the hand lever installed at the shower. Please make sure to wash your body for at least 15 to 20 minutes. These instructions are displayed at all safety showers for your convenience. Engro has enforced world-class safety rules at all of its plant and offices. Following the rules is a condition of employment at Engro. If found in violation, you could be penalized or evicted from the facility. These rules are applicable to all without any discrimination. Loose clothing is not allowed inside the plant operating areas because these can get entangled in machines and can cause a serious accident. Shirts should be tucked in. Sleeves should be buttoned, and half-sleeve shirts are not allowed. Smoking is strictly prohibited inside the plant premises except for designated locations. Do not throw any combustibles like gloves, cloth, etc. into any ashtrays, as these can catch fire. Throw these in the designated trash drums only. Mobile phones are not allowed inside the plant. If you are carrying a mobile, please deposit it at the plant gate and collect it upon your return. In case of violation, mobile phones can be confiscated. Before performing any job at the plant, you must obtain the work permit from authorized Engro employee. This is one of the most important procedures at Engro for prevention of accidents. Any violation of this procedure is classified as a safety incident and is dealt with as per company policies. eFert employee will take the work permit for any job and display it conspicuously at the job location. You may start your work after it has been displayed in the area. Photography is not allowed without a work permit inside the plant battery limits. Before using any scaffolding for climbing, please check the tag attached to it. There are 3 types of tags. Red tag means that usage of this scaffold is prohibited. Green tag means that you can work on the scaffold without a safety harness. Yellow tag means that you can only work on that scaffold with a proper safety harness. While erecting a scaffolding structure, use of full body safety harness is mandatory. It has to be fixed to a suitable anchor point. Working at heights without wearing a full body safety harness or hookup is considered a safety incident. Climbing up or down ladders while carrying objects in hand is strictly prohibited. Please observe the proper method of shifting tools to high platforms and scaffolding structures. It is mandatory to wear seatbelt while traveling on the car at front seats. Rear seat belts are also mandatory during official travels. Similarly, use of helmet while riding a motorcycle is mandatory. Inside plant premises, a network of roads have been provided for traffic. Pedestrians must be careful while walking on roads and should travel on their right side in the yellow marked area on the main roads. You do not need to wear helmets, safety spectacles, and earplugs while walking on roads. But you must wear PPEs while entering any of the operating areas. Speed limit for driving inside the plant and colony premises is 25 kilometers per hour, whereas it is 30 kilometers per hour at the access road between colony and plant. Similarly, for trucks, forklifters, and cranes, the speed limit is 15 kilometers per hour. Entry of vehicles is prohibited on closed roads, except permitted vehicles. CNG vehicles are not allowed to enter the plant and are supposed to stay at the designated area. Only authorized gents, ladies, and children who have valid driving license and have passed HSE eFert driving test are eligible to drive cars inside colony and plant premises respectively. Driving while holding kids in the lap is strictly prohibited. It is mandatory to park your vehicle in reverse direction in all car parking. Use of mobile phone and hands-free while driving is strictly prohibited. All incidents are recorded and investigated in order to avoid reoccurrence. For this, it is imperative that you report all incidents to Engro employees. In case of an injury, inform Engro employee immediately so that first aid can be administered right away. For this reporting, you must remember the following telephone numbers: Clinic 2000, Fire Brigade 3400, Plant Checkpost 3500. Always use handrails while ascending or descending a staircase. Only one person is allowed to climb a monkey ladder at a time. Ensure that there is no one else on the monkey ladder before climbing it or descending it. Horseplay is strictly prohibited inside the plant battery limits, as it can lead to accidents, harming yourself or others too. Before starting any job, make sure that you are wearing all the PPEs required for the job. At the plant, perform only the job that has been negated to you. You are not allowed to operate any valve, button, or machine. Use of plant air for cleaning clothes is strictly prohibited. It may cause an injury to your eyes. You are not allowed to enter any area that prohibits the entry of unauthorized personnel. All work areas that require entry of authorized personnel only should be cordoned off properly. Weapons, intoxicants, alcoholic beverages, and illicit drugs are strictly prohibited in plant and office premises. Willful damage to company property is prohibited. Lockout, tagout, and try procedures for all isolations are mandatory. Disabling of safety critical and security devices without proper written authorization is strictly prohibited. No work is allowed at plant without use of gloves. In case of rain, windstorm, please stay away from the car sheds and temporary structures and try to move inside permanent structures. Carrying of ammonia mask while entering in an operating area is mandatory. The colony's residents are advised to follow their role statements during emergency. As soon as you hear emergency siren in management or employees' colony, please proceed towards nearest house or assembling point in case you are outside. In case you are inside your accommodation, please stay inside. Close open doors and windows and switch off exhaust fans. And in case you feel ammonia smell inside your room, get a wet towel and breathe through it. Together, we will make Engro a safer place.